Alright, so the warm-up today, we have an addition and subtraction problem. First thing, just like with multiplying and dividing, is finding restrictions. So we have w set equal to 0 and w minus 2 set equal to 0. So that means w cannot equal 0 and w cannot equal 2 are your restrictions. So now, unlike multiplication and division, now we have to find that common denominator. So the first fraction has a w, and the second one has a w minus 2. So each part, we have a w and a w minus 2. The first fraction, well, it has the w, so it's missing the w minus 2, so that's what I need to multiply it by. The second fraction has the w minus 2, but it's missing the w, so I need to multiply it by w. So my denominator is w and w minus 2. My new first numerator, and distribute that 3, so it's 3w minus 6 plus, second fraction is just 7 times w, which is 7w. Now I'm looking for like terms. I have the 3w plus 7w, so that's 10w. Bring down the minus 6 over w times w minus 2. So restrictions and combined fractions by addition. Number 2, we have a subtraction. So remember that one we have to worry about the distributing. First of all, restrictions. We have m plus 5 and m. So m cannot equal negative 5 or 0. So there's my two restrictions there. This one, the common denominator should have been an m and an m plus 5. First fraction has the m plus 5, so it needs the m. Second fraction has the m, it needs the m plus 5. So the first one is 2 times m, so that's just 2m, minus, and then remember I'm going to put this next part in parentheses. So I'm going to take the 8 and distribute it to the 8m plus 5, which is 8m plus 40. But when I distribute that negative, that means the 8m becomes negative, and the 40 also turns negative in this case. So 2m plus a negative 8m is negative 6m. And then I bring down the minus 40 now over m times m plus 5. And there's the answer. Here are your answers from last night's homework. You can see what each fraction needed, and then what your restrictions are as well. It also points out the negative, especially number 29, that you need to distribute. So go ahead, check through these, and then pause it until you're ready to scroll up to check the rest of the answers. Here are the rest of them so that you can make sure you see them. And again, 31, you had to distribute the negative as well. So be very careful about those two. On several of these, if you did not factor them, that is okay. The 2x minus 22 and 28 is fine. The 4y plus 2 and 30 is fine. Number 31, ignore this g, it wouldn't be there. And again, it's absolutely fine if you put them without factoring as well, which is how we've done them in the notes. Pause this until you're ready to move on to the next part. Today we're going to be reviewing for your first test in Chapter 5. I will actually be back on Tuesday next week, and I will be finishing the rest of Chapter 5 with you. So do well on this test because we're going to be building on this knowledge and continue. So you're going to work on the review in class. For homework, the video is under the Algebra 2 playlist titled Chapter 8 Review, and you're omitting the last 3 questions, which you'll see on the review are crossed out. We'll be learning that skill next week with me, actually in class this time. Good luck on this test, and I hope your second 9 weeks grades went well this time.